clase? Next time we meet, we're going to learn how to identify and specify things with the words who and what in Spanish, and the words a, an, and one. Let's preview what we'll need next time that we meet. The words what and who in English have equivalents in Spanish. Que is equivalent to what, and quién is equivalent to who. You'll see that que and quién, because they're question words, have an accent mark. Please remember to write that. Also, you'll see at the beginning of the question, there's an upside down question mark to alert the reader to the fact that, hey, this is going to be a question, and you put one at the end, just like we do in English. We'll do some practice. Underneath this blue box, I have some pictures, and you'll tell me whether you would use que or quién. Que es, what is, quién es, who is. Ready to go? The first thing is a bicycle. Que or quién? Que es, what is it? How about una farmacia? Que or quién? ¿Qué? How about una computadora? ¿Qué or quién? That was a que. This is a person, so ¿qué or quién? ¿Quién es? Un teléfono? ¿Qué or quién? We use que. ¿Qué es? Es un teléfono. ¿Qué or quién? For this we use quién. ¿Quién es? Un mango. ¿Qué es or quién es? ¿Qué es? ¿Qué es or quién es? The correct answer is ¿quién es? How about the restaurante? ¿Qué es or quién es? ¿Qué es? How did you do? Wasn't too hard, was it? Now let's preview something else that we'll need in our next class. The words a, and, or one in Spanish. You see that we have 3 of them in English. In Spanish, one and an are kind of collapsed. So one book and a book, it's really the same thing in Spanish. We use the same word. In English, you see that we have 3 forms, a, an, or one. We have the N at the end of the word an in English when the next word starts with a vowel, like an apple. But that's not why the N is there in Spanish. In English, you're worrying about, does it have a vowel in the beginning of the next word, an, or not, a. In Spanish, you choose between un and una, depending if the word is masculine or feminine. But it's not exactly masculine or feminine like you would learn about in your biology class. Everything in Spanish has gender, masculine or feminine, whether it is a biological organism like a person or an animal that really has gender, masculine or feminine, or whether it's just an object that doesn't. We're going to learn a lot of exceptions later on, but for now, the big important rule for us to remember is that if it ends in an O, it's probably a masculine word, and if it ends in an A, it's probably a feminine word. Let's try some practice. I have some pictures underneath the blue box, and they are things from this list. Teléfono, bicicleta, farmacia, computadora, and mango. Your job is to figure out which picture goes with which word, and then I'll ask you, ¿qué es? What is it? And you'll answer with es un or es una. How will you know whether to put an A at the end? If the word ends in an A, use una. If it doesn't, use un. Ready? ¿Qué es? Es un teléfono. Es un teléfono. ¿Qué es? Es una bicicleta. ¿Qué es? Es una computadora. ¿Qué es? Es una farmacia. ¿Qué es? Es un mango. If you'd like more practice, you can rewind the video and practice again. Let's recap what we learned in this video. We learned that un means a, an, or one, and so does una. And the difference in Spanish is whether or not the word that follows it is masculine, ends in an O, or feminine, ends in an A, and of course we know there's going to be some exceptions for that later on. We also learned that the word que means what, and that quién means who, and that both of those words have accents in Spanish. We'll practice lots more in class next time we meet. Hasta la próxima, clase.